I used to believe that once I healed, everything would finally fall into place. I thought that when I finally felt okay again, I would find the courage to move forward, work, and rebuild my life. But I was wrong. Healing helped me survive. It didn't always teach me how to truly live again. And that was the missing piece. If this is the first time we have met, I am Anastasia Georgouli. I help women who have been through difficult experiences reconnect with themselves, rebuild their confidence, regain financial independence, and create a life with more freedom without betraying who they are in the process. Today, I don't just want to talk about money. I want to talk about something much deeper. Because most of the time, it's not that we don't know what to do. It's that we don't believe we are capable of doing it. And that changes everything. Maybe you are waiting for confidence to arrive first. Maybe you are hoping to wake up one morning finally feeling ready. Ready to stop being afraid. Ready to stop doubting yourself. If that's you, I want to share something that completely changed my life. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is created because you take action. I remember a season of my life when every decision felt overwhelming. Not because I wasn't intelligent, not because I wasn't capable, but because I had trained myself to question my own abilities before I even tried. My mind was full of endless questions. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if I lose my money? What if I am simply not good enough? The longer I waited to feel ready, the longer I stayed stuck. Maybe you know exactly what that feels like. Watching other people move forward while something inside you keeps pulling you back. It isn't laziness. It isn't lack of motivation. Very often, it's simply a nervous system that has learned that safety means avoiding risk. And when you have lived through painful experiences, that response makes perfect sense. Everything began to change when I stopped chasing the feeling of confidence. I realized confidence isn't the starting point, it's the result. Every small step became evidence that I was capable. Not because everything was perfect, but because I kept going. That's when I realized I didn't need another motivational video. I didn't need another theory. I needed fewer choices. Because after trauma or chronic stress, the brain becomes exhausted by endless decisions. What it really needs is simplicity. Today, do this. Tomorrow, do the next thing. One small step at a time. That simple structure began calming my nervous system. I didn't wake up one morning transformed. I didn't suddenly become fearless. I simply committed to a process. One step, then another, then another. Little by little, I stopped making decisions from fear and started making them from trust. Not because life became easier, but because I finally had direction. And when you have direction, fear loses its power. Today, I meet so many women standing exactly where I once stood. They are talented, they are experienced, they have valuable knowledge, but they still haven't fully believed they can turn those gifts into a life of genuine freedom. That's why I care so deeply about systems. Not because I believe in shortcuts, but because I believe in clear, supportive processes. When you have education, guidance, and people walking beside you, you no longer have to figure everything out alone. And that changes everything. When I hear that our community has now grown to more than 6,800 students, and that more people are earning their CPD certification every single day, I don't think about numbers. I think about people who were once terrified to begin. People who doubted themselves exactly the way I did. And today they have proof that they are capable. It isn't just a certificate. It's a personal victory that no one can ever take away from them. So, if you have been postponing your next step because you're waiting to feel ready, maybe this is the reminder you needed today. If there is only one thing I hope you remember, is this: you don't need to feel ready. You only need to be willing to take the first small step. Confidence doesn't come before action. Action creates confidence. If something I shared today resonated with you, I have one simple question. What's really holding you back right now? Fear, self-doubt, a lack of direction? Type the word STEP in the comments or send me a private message and I will send you my free guide designed to help you take your first steps with greater clarity and peace of mind. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. And if you know a woman who needs to hear this today, please share this live with her. It might be exactly the reminder she has been waiting for. And if you would like to keep learning with me, follow me here and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I am gradually uploading all of my live sessions so that you can watch them whenever it suits you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And remember one final thought. Healing helps you rediscover who you are. Action helps you rebuild the life you deserve. And when those two come together, that's where true freedom begins.